It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Orlando Magic. The opening tip won by the Timberwolves as we get rolling from Target Center to Wiggins. And the basket good at the rim.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Gordon. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Cashes in for two.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Timberwolves have the basketball. Great look and vision. Whoa, what a finish.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Surveys the floor. Fultz with the basketball. Down two. To Aaron Gordon. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Aaron Gordon at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Free throw up and good, and the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Teague with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract, because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
DiVincenzo. Aaron Gordon able to recover with the block. And stuffs it home. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Runner here won't go. T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. That'll get out of bounds off one of the T-Wolves. Fultz into the front court. He'll run the offense. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you.
Towns to DiVincenzo. Wiggins. Off the mark.
Hold on.
Beyond the arc for three. That's how you defend. Teague to Wiggins. Nikola Vucevic.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Bell. Yes, Andrew Wiggins. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Rises for the slam.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Minnesota with the basketball. Bell to Wiggins. From the outside, no good. To Fultz. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
New blood coming in for both sides. To Wiggins. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Mo Bamba. Going to launch beyond the arc. It's going to take a lot more against this guy. Mo Bamba.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Aaron Gordon snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Gorgie Jang swats it. That'll get out of bounds off one of the T-Wolves. Gordon. Here's a chance from long range. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
To Wiggins. The Wolves down to 4 on the shot clock. And Jay, they called the foul.
A simple touch foul.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. To Wiggins. Layup goes down. Well done.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Vucevic. Here comes the screen. Jonathan Isaac picked up by Gorgie Jang. Mo Bamba to Stevenson. Trying to cash in. Shot won't go. Napier with the basketball. They trail by 2. Nikola Vucevic. Huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
It's Orlando's ball. To Vucevic. Short jumper off the mark. Napier with the basketball. Down just a couple. Here comes the screen. Wiggins goes to the right side. To Wiggins. Knocks it down off the step back.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Vucevic. Five to shoot for Orlando.
You see it. Hand up, hand up.
Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Gorgie Jang at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 78% at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. Missed the second as well. Augustine with the basketball. Shot clock off as they look to break the tie. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Match up, baby. I got ball. That's me.
Has a look. Can't connect. First quarter is complete. The Magic have the lead. Good start to this one. After 1 quarter of play, on to the second period. Jay, neither team was able to get control to start this one.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
To Fournier. Here comes the screen. Fournier against Karl Anthony Towns. Off the mark.
Let's go. Pick him up. Pick him up.
Teague. Down low Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Gordon. To Vucevic. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession, though.
You're on the island now.
Teague to Towns. And look out. Big finish at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Aaron Gordon, defended by Towns. Yes, Aaron Gordon. He's 2 for 2 now.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
I'm here. I got ball.
Teague to Wiggins. Fires the 3. It's no good. Shot's not going down. To Fultz. And the rebound taken in by Teague.
Get down. Half court. Here come. Shot going up.
Jumper's good.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Now the Magic gonna signal for a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Fournier. Four 3. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Teague trying to finish, but he can't get it to go. Fultz with the basketball. Leads 3. Goes to the left side. Here comes the screen. Jonathan Isaac against Jordan Bell. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Bell. To Teague. Here comes the screen. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Markelle Fultz to Fournier. The screen sets him up for 2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Teague with it up top. Down 4. Here comes the screen. Covington. Jordan Bell with the dunk. Now the Magic gonna signal for a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. To Fournier.
Screen.
Nikola Vucevic. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Wiggins knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Orlando has it. To Fournier. They work it down to Gordon. And the rebound gathered in by Towns. Teague with the basketball. Down 2. To Wiggins. To Covington. 5 to shoot for Minnesota. Covington. Wiggins. Not going down here. To Mo Bamba. Nikola Vucevic. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Nothing going here on that drive. Has a chance, knocks it down on the step back. That was not easy.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Vucevic. To Fournier. Here comes the screen. Fournier. Karl Anthony Towns sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Robert Covington, he's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 82%. Misses the first. Misses the second as well.
Pass the ball.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Straight on 3. At the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half with the Magic in front.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Magic will start the second half with a narrow lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible, and if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Orlando Magic. The Timberwolves aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. Have a look at the leading scores for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Bench points.
What I found interesting about that half of basketball is how the momentum stayed high even when the substitutions started coming into the game. These guys coming off the bench, from both benches actually, are doing a great job of making positive contributions.
Player of the half.
Aaron Gordon and his court IQ were on display as he delivered the ball, putting his teammates in a position to score the basketball. His timing was impeccable. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Magic own the possession. Fultz. And the finish at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Teague with it up top. The deficit is 6. DiVincenzo, they get it down for Towns. Not going down for him this time.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Deep left corner. Fultz. That's off the side of the rim, short. Nikola Vucevic. Looking good, 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Teague with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. DiVincenzo. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Markelle Fultz. For 3, textbook defense. Teague with it up top. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets to the basket and scores.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Fultz into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Teague with the basketball. Down 6. Great feed, sets it up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Evan Fournier bothered just enough there.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Fournier to Aaron Gordon. Lets it fly from long range. He engulfed him that time. Teague with it up top. His guys trail now by 4. It's Gordon with the rebound. Nice finish at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Teague with the basketball. Now down 6. To Wiggins. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Teague to Wiggins to Towns. Down low. Aaron Gordon pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Nothing going here on that drive. Minnesota at the controls. Bell to DiVincenzo. Screen coming. DiVincenzo. Nikola Vucevic with the block. Fultz with the basketball. Up 6. Fires the 3. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Hey, double screen.
Down low Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
In the front court, it's Augustine. Lead stands at 7. And the nice finish at the rim.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Towns. That's out. Last touch by Karl Anthony Towns. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Augustine with it up top. The lead stands at 9. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Jonathan Isaac, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 76% from the line. First one goes down.
I see you've been working on your game.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Napier with the basketball, trailing by 10. To Covington. Short jumper off the mark. Mo Bamba. Tough make through traffic.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Nothing going here on that drive.
Coming left.
The Wolves down to 4 in the shot clock. Napier's shot won't fall. Augustine with the basketball. His guys can get a 2 for 1 if they time this out. Aaron Gordon stuffs it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
It's Minnesota basketball. To Covington. Probing the defense.
Screen, I got your help.
Covington. 5 on the shot clock. The Magic have the rebound. A lot of contact, no whistle. Straight on 3, at the buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter. All Magic so far. The Wolves with the basketballs. We start the fourth quarter, and not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
You're locked up, boy. Make it pick it up. Make it pick it up.
Jonathan Isaac buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
To Covington. Can't connect from in close. Stevenson. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And a throwdown.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
T-Wolves with the basketball.
Here we go.
Here we go. Screen right.
Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
I got him. Trap. Got him.
Spinning shot. Won't fall.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
To Covington.
Watch the back door.
Down low for Jang. The pass set it all up. Now a whistle, and Orlando is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
I got ball.
Spins away from the defender. Sweet move. Count it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. DiVincenzo to Covington. Shot clock winding down. Has a look. Napier's shot won't fall.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
When I get up, give it right back to you.
Napier with the basketball. His guys down big.
Right.
Goes to the left side. DiVincenzo, down low Bell. Jordan Bell with the dunk.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
I got ball.
Fournier. The Magic with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. And the rebound brought down by Jang. Napier with the basketball. Down a bundle. Slams it down. Coach of the Magic will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Magic basketball.
Got him. Good trap. Trap.
He gets it.
Shoot it again.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
I got ball.
Bell to Towns. Cleans it up. Nikola Vucevic sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Curling inside. Markel Fultz, not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Jumper's good.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Teague. Screen coming. Teague. Towns. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Easy path to the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Covington with a shot that's off the mark. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Teague with it up top. He'll run the offense. Robert Covington with the strong finish. Now the Magic gonna signal for a timeout. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Teague. Nice pass to get things going.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Get the ball, get the ball. Double.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Aaron Gordon rejects it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
My ball.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
Got help.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Teague with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Here's Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better. Deep 3 at the buzzer. The Magic secure the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Magic got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group. And that's what happened here today. Check out the leading scores for the Orlando Magic. The Timberwolves couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Bench points.
The Orlando Magic had the kind of bench production that will make any coach proud. NBA games can be made easier when you're working with depth, and that's exactly what happened here today.
Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the Minnesota Timberwolves. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.
Tonight's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. The opening tip won by the Magic, and we're underway on Church Street in downtown Orlando. Mo Harkless able to recover with the block. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet, and one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in a game, they can help you sustain that energy.
And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
Ed, it is the new age triple threat. It does two things. Number one, it creates distance in a hurry. Number two, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is a difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of his shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. It goes down.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Washington basketball. Beal to Davis. Surveys the floor. Wall. Fournier the rebound. Gordon. Rebound taken by the Wizards. Wall into the front court. Down two. Gets it in the left corner. Down low for Davis. Off the assist.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Fultz with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. To Vucevic. Fournier, his first effort, off the mark.
My ball.
Anthony to Beal. Here comes the screen. From the painted area, won't go down. Fournier. To Gordon. For three. Tough shot there for Aaron Gordon. No good. Into the front court comes Wall. He'll run the offense. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out.
I got him. Let's go.
Gets to the basket and scores.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Wizards at the controls. To Beal.
Watch that cutter.
Wall. To Beal. Here comes the screen.
Don't even play with me.
Nothing going here on that drive. The Wizards with 4 to shoot. Beal knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Ed, body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Bradley Beal with a chance at a 4-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. It's good, has the hot hand, and a 4-point play. Augustine with it up top. The score 10-8. Aaron Gordon guarded by Ryan Anderson. Yes, Aaron Gordon missed his first. That one goes.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
To Beal. Here comes the screen.
Screen coming.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
In the front court, it's Augustine. It's 12-10.
Wait on it. Go. I got you right here. Stop.
To Aaron Gordon. 5 on the shot clock. Gordon. Washington has the rebound. Wall across the timeline. Leads a bucket. To Beal. Bradley Beal. He's now 4 for 6.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Augustine with the basketball. 14-10 the score. Gordon to Vucevic. Stevenson to Vucevic. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Wall. Here comes the screen.
Watch the cutter, man.
Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Magic have it.
Play some D.
Probing the defense. Isaac to Vucevic. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Aaron Gordon's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 69% at the line. First one goes down. No back-to-back. And a put-back slam.
Look out!
All right, let's bring the fire to him. You know what's coming. Go get him.
My ball.
Wall.
You're locked up, boy.
And the finish at the rim.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Fires the 3. That's good D. Shot no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And the finish. Slam dunk.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Short jumper off the mark. Knocks it down off the step back.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Now the Magic gonna signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Light him up.
From long range. Not that time. He missed it. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First free throw is good.
Good shot.
Goes 2 for 2. Wizards have it.
Check.
Here we go. Here we go.
Wall. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Wall. To Nick Young. Beyond the arc for three. Defense snuffed it out. Harkless off the mark. Finishing. Inside the paint on that one.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's gonna make a nice poster.
Young. To Wall. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one
I
again.
got him. Here we go. I got ball. I got ball. I got ball.
Here's a chance from long range. Not done yet. Going to launch beyond the arc, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Lets it fly from long range. Won't go down. Wall with it up top. Up 6.
Hey. Screen.
Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Navigating through traffic. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
It's Wall. A fundamental shot right there.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Bad shot. My fault.
Wizards with the basketball. Wall. Here comes the screen.
Oh, you guarding me? Please give me the ball.
Deep left corner. 4-3. Misfires. It's no good. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Young into the front court. Lead stands at 7. And throws it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
It's good. And one.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Whoops. That won't go. It's Washington with the basketball. Wall. Defense making the ball handler work. That pass stolen by the Wizards.
Defense. 1 second, I'm gone. Defense, let's go.
Wide open look. Won't go. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Wizards out in front.
The Wizards are feeling comfortable at the halfway mark. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets for the Washington Wizards. The Magic were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. These are the guys getting buckets for the Orlando Magic.
Game track. Bench points.
The Orlando Magic were not given a chance to relax in that opening half. Even when the starters were on the bench, the reserves were maintaining the lead and earning their playing time.
Player of the half. Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays. Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Washington basketball to Beal. Bradley Beal. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Nothing going here on that drive. Knocked loose. Wizards come up with it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Mo Harkless above the rim on that.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Fultz into the front court. His guys down 11. Ed Davis with a piece. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Aaron Gordon trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Into the front court, it's Wall. His team on top by 8. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Fultz with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Gordon. Vucevic. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Wall to Beal. Fires the 3, and Bradley Beal knocks down a wide-open 3.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Markelle Fultz. And count the basket inside.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Wizards at the controls. Here's Wall for 2. There it is, John Wall. He's 3 for 7.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
To Fournier for three. Evan Fournier bothered just enough there.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Nothing going here on that drive. Wall, turn around, it's good. What do you see in John Wall's game, Jay, that sets him apart?
That he could probably finish with his left hand better than he could finish with his right. I remember watching him in high school. He was jumping off his right foot and dunking the ball lefty as if it was that easy. He can do it with both hands, which makes him way more efficient around the rim.
To Beal. Wall. To Anthony.
Right.
Fight to shoot for Washington. Has a chance. Anthony, a shot, no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
To Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Gordon. From the outside, no good.
I got ball.
In a flash, scores at the rim.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Now the Magic gonna signal for a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk.
Come on, y'all, let's go get it. It's on us. Who gonna do this? We go.
Beal
Check
to
this.
Harkless. Nikola Vucevic sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Nikola Vucevic pins it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Wall into the front court. His guys down 3. To Harkless. Nikola Vucevic. Tips it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Wall. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. To Harkless. Won't go. To Stevenson. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
Push it.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Nothing going here on that drive. Wall. The Magic with the rebound.
Here we go. I got him.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Wall to Harkless. Nikola Vucevic with the block. 4th this contest.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Into the front court comes Wall. His guys down by 9. Trying to cash in. The jumper's off the mark.
Here we go. I got ball.
And scores.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Off the assist.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Cruises inside for two.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Whistle stops play. Timeout for Washington. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Wall, down for Harkless. Nikola Vucevic rejects it. Ooh, 5 now.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Now ready to shoot at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Aaron Gordon at the line for 2 shots, shooting 66% in this contest.
Come on, baby. High
First
soft.
try
Nice
at the
and buttery,
line,
soft and buttery.
no good.
Soft and buttery.
Good recovery, hits the second free throw.
Okay.
Wizards have it.
Wait on it. Go. Got shots up.
He shoots, off the mark. Deep 3 at the buzzer. The Magic secure the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Magic got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. Sometimes a team can hurt itself by being so aggressive on defense, and sometimes a team can guarantee itself a win by using defensive aggression in a focused way, like we saw here today. The Wizards couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you can tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Washington Wizards.
Game stats. Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Orlando Magic. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose.